All right, guys, we are back in, well, now we're forward in 2022. Wow. New Year's, although I didn't do much anything, my wife and I, actually my son went to bed early. My wife and I, we stayed up and we had a peanut butter whiskey. And I know what you're thinking, but don't knock it unless you've tried it. It's definitely, it's not a Blanton, it's not a Maker's Mark. It's a fun whiskey. For me, I like it with 3 ice cubes, little drizzle on top of it, or pour the whiskey on top of it, and it's a fun whiskey. But I'm not going to talk to you about whiskey here or New Year's, but I hope you had a great New Year's. Today is 4-Wheel Drive Talk episode 21. Now, if you pre-ordered a Rivian R1T or R1S with the Max Pack package, you could be waiting longer than anticipated to get one of these suckers. How long? Well, we're going to talk about that in a moment. Now, in other news, RV sales in the US is way up. We're talking way the hell up here. Now, will that trend continue in 2022? Well, we're also going to talk about an interesting new camper van or concept camper van from Nissan that will debut later on this month at the Tokyo Auto Salon. This thing looks absolutely badass. But first, guys, hey, I gotta ask you to do a big favor, as I always do. If you find some value with this video, if you could do me a big favor, huge favor, hit that like button down below. It really does help with the whole YouTube algorithm. You see, every week we put these videos together in a small little bite-sized little package to keep you informed as far as what's happening in the shortest period of time. If it's valuable, hit that like button. We sure would appreciate that. That said, my friend, let's get on to this week's headlines. Yep, that's it. You heard right. 2023. Rivian recently announced that the R1T and the R1S with the larger battery pack will be delayed until sometime next year. Not 2022, but 2023. Now, the small battery pack offers a range, as you may know, 314 miles on a single charge. Now, the larger battery, which is called the Max Pack, which sounds like a cliche name. Anyways, it's estimated to have a range around 400 miles. Now, fortunately, this delay won't affect most people's orders. Now, according to Rivian, the vast majority of people, or pre-orders rather, for the R1T and the R1S are for the version with the smaller battery pack. And honestly, I don't find this surprising because if you look on Rivian's site, to get this max battery pack range, it's a $10,000 upgrade, and you're only getting 86 miles. So I'm not really surprised that the majority went with the smaller battery. It seems like a big chunk of change for a small range increase. Now, the delay of the Max Pack's vehicle is simply so Rivian can fulfill the largest number of pre-orders possible. So, as we discuss often, chip shortages and supply chain issues are undoubtedly really slowing down production processes, thus necessitating the delay for some vehicles. It should be no surprise that the pandemic entered its second year that a record number of people have chosen an RV or a camper to get out in the great outdoors. Now, sales numbers for 2021 are nothing short of impressive. I mean, seriously, this is absolutely crazy, these numbers right here. As of November of last year, around 560,000 units had been sold. And in November alone, guys, 49,000 units were shipped, which is an increase of 15.6% compared to November of 2020. Now, of those 49,000 units, the vast majority are camper trailers, with RVs accounting for about 5,000 units. Now, the part that's going to be really interesting here is to see what the total is for 2021. You see, in that figure there, that 560,000, that doesn't include December because we don't have that number yet. But once the December numbers come in, it's going to be really slick to see if it crosses 600,000. That would be a huge accomplishment for the motorhome and camping trailer industry. Now, there will be plenty of interesting concepts unveiled at the Tokyo Auto Salon later on this month, but one of the most very slick vehicles that's going to be revealed here by far is the Nissan mountain-based concept. Now, this little awesome camper van is based on the Nissan NV 350 Caravan and has an interior that reminds me of a cabin in the woods. So as you see the renderings here, It has a very distinct mountain feel and kind of foxwood trim on the sides, and a off-road light bar, a big off-road wheels and tires, and there's also a solar panel that's strapped to the top of this thing. Now the side windows can be replaced to add even more solar panels as well. Now the interior of this thing is pretty cool. They raised the bar with this even more. Now the wood paneling is everywhere. There's a nice bench, there's a work top area, and lots of screens. There's even, get ready for this, a virtual fireplace. We'll see if this little guy ever makes it production in the next handful of years. If it does, pretty stinking cool. Now, of course, there will be other interesting camper van concepts unveiled in Tokyo as well. So download, here's actually something pretty slick here. So talk about new stuff for 2022. I was going to lead into download our latest podcast to get the scoop on other interesting stories in the world of four-wheel drive, overlanding, and off-roading. You see, that's one of the big things that I get to kind of share with you here. So 2022, what I'm excited about here is we have a whole new podcast for four-wheel drive talk. And if you're into photography, well, my other company, Photography Talk, has its own podcast that we're launching here as well. I'm not sure if it's going to be up by the time this video goes up, but it will be live this week here, so stay tuned for the four-wheel drive talk, and this will technically be episode 1 of the podcast. So if you're in the gym, if you're driving, if you're camping, you're going to be able to bring us and enjoy all sorts of little bite-sized little news nuggets. And actually, the podcast will have a little bit more depth and some other stories covered in there as well. Now remember, guys, we also have a giveaway that's going on this very moment. So here are the prizes that you could win this month. We have a Luminade Pack Light, we have a Stanley Adventure Cook Set, and a 3-pack of Mountain House meals. Now entering the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video, subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chances that you have to win. So get watching some other videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on Four Wheel Drive Talk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you happen to register on the site and introduce yourself already during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win, but as I keep saying over and over again, swing on by, say hello. We have a lot of fun, and we would love to see you. For complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on Four Wheel Drive Talk and how to say hello in the forum, check out the description below. Good luck. Well, there you go, guys. If you enjoy this sort of content, be sure to head over to Four Wheel Drive Talk and sign up for a free membership. You see, we publish articles on a daily basis and have tons of existing articles on things from overlanding, off-roading, including articles about vehicle modifications, camping gear, overlanding recipes, and much, much more. Now, we have a forum where you can talk with other overlanding and off-road enthusiasts. Now, signing up is free, and so what are you waiting for? Get in over there and join the Four Wheel Drive Talk community. All right, guys, and that is all I have here for you today. So I'm going to be bouncing out of my studio, but before I do that, hey, I got to ask you a big favor. I don't know why I keep doing that here. I'm going to own it. I'm just going to go with it. But anyways, I'm going to ask you a big favor here, as I always do. If you found some value with this video, we sure would appreciate you hitting that like button down below. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, friend, we would love to have you part of the family. We have a lot of fun, and we'd love to see more of you. So consider hitting that subscribe button down there. Hell, while you're at it, you might as well hit that bell. So therefore, YouTube's going to notify you every time that we come out with a new video. I almost did it again. So anyway, friend, it was great to see you here again today. So I'm going to be jumping on my studio, so you get out there, stay healthy, and find your adventure.